Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, California Weather Watch. Today is July 19th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. You can see some moisture that we had yesterday across Nevada and some of the Sierra Nevada mountain range there. That's going to continue on again today. We're going to do a repeat of that. Some excessive rainfall possible with those storms there. You can see the monsoon moisture popping off across some of the higher terrain, southern Arizona, north of Phoenix there. And we'll take a look at the extended forecast and see how consistent the monsoon is going to be as we go through on through the forecast here. And what I want to show you here is check out these grays. You see this kind of emerge as we go through the morning already. That is the surface heating. If you take a look at the extent of that yesterday, the very warm surface showing up here on the infrared satellite imagery, as we go through the overnight and the early morning hours, you see that kind of dissipate here across the region, but still not completely go away, just showing how darn right hot it is overnight across some of these areas. And then again, as we go through the morning hours, you can already see the heating commence here across a lot of the region. Now, taking a look at the visible satellite imagery, you can see the marine layer pushed up against the coastal regions, kind of made its way inland a bit here as well, across some of the San Francisco Bay Area. Also, you can see the moisture hanging off across the Sierra Nevada here, off across Nevada for another round of thunderstorms today. And we should have reduced monsoon moisture activity here across some of southern, eastern Arizona. A few storms popping off, not as much as the previous 2 days, however. This is looking this day in Southern Cal weather history, July 19, 2015. Again, Hurricane Dolores caused chaos in Southern California for the second straight day. Look at the 6 inches of rain caused a nasty flash flood near Desert Center there. And look at the 2-day rainfall total at San Diego. Great stuff here from San Diego, California National Weather Service. And look at this all-time record warm low at Phoenix. It only got down to 97. The previous record was set back in 2003. So we're just smashing all kinds of records in this very unusual heat wave here for a lot of the desert areas and for some of Arizona out there. So just an incredible record there if you think about it. And this is the location of the ASOS there. This is the Sky Harbor, this Phoenix International Airport, and you can see the airport here. And so you can see the ASOS is kind of near this usually dry riverbed here, the Salt River. So it's not like it's got a bunch of buildings around it, just kind of showing you where the temperature is being measured here. And if we bounce out a little bit here, you can see it kind of on the southeast portion of the airport there. So probably pretty representative of what's going on here, and probably even warmer as you go in towards, a lot of the streets and the buildings here across Phoenix. So just kind of sobering when you think about the heat that a lot of people are dealing with down there across the desert Southwest. I mean, you just have to have AC to live, it would seem, during these summer months. This is the number of days with max temperatures of 110 plus in Phoenix, Arizona. You can see the previous record back in 2020 here of 53 days here, and maybe we'll be on to that record here. We're in line with that right now, and we're above the average already, well above the average here through early July. Now, this is looking at 122 Stovepipe Wells, California. You can look at that, 14 miles southwest of McKay, Idaho. So kind of interesting here. A little bit lower than previous days there for portions of the Death Valley, but still incredibly hot. This is looking at Flagstaff, Arizona. You can see the monsoon moisture just into the southeast and the east portions here. Not much expected for Flagstaff or up towards for Phoenix or anything across the higher terrain of Flagstaff as well. But you can see the very hot temperature is supposed to be about 116 for Phoenix today. This is that excessive rainfall outlook. This includes the Sierra Nevada here on through central Idaho as well. So heads up for that. Another round of thunderstorms coming through there today. Some dangerous lightning includes Tonopah, Nevada there. I lived there for a few months in the National Weather Service back in the day. This is that excessive heat watch across some of the valley areas here. This includes the I-5 corridor, Bakersfield, Grapevine, plenty hot out there. This is July 18th, put out yesterday, but this continues on in through the day today, and this is going to be high temperatures 105 to 110. Here we go, excessive heat warning for the Las Vegas area, and this includes a lot of the desert areas, and kind of it sound like a broken record here talking about this record heat there, and this was put out this morning here at 6 a.m. Now, this is taking a look at a probability of 500 millibar heights above 597 here. Just an incredibly strong ridge, and you can see just the probabilities of this continuing on as we go through the extended forecast, kind of hanging around the same general area. So who knows when this heat wave is going to end. It looks prolonged, folks, and this goes all the way out through Monday night with this just monster ridging hanging out here near record heights, breaking records at time here across the desert Southwest. This is not a typical heat dome, folks. Now, this is looking at 2-meter temperature, NAM 3KM, and you can kind of see the diurnal cycle and the warm up across the region up into the valley areas. And you can see the thunderstorms kind of cooling down central Nevada here, pulsing through the area through the afternoon. But those are going to relax a bit tomorrow. And here we go through Thursday, and you can see these temperatures again just really warming up across California. The coastline is going to be your safe haven here, but once you go inland a little bit, things are going to warm up quite dramatically, especially across the desert areas. Of course, Death Valley just broiling again today. And then as we go through Friday afternoon, kind of a repeat there. As you can see, some of these ridiculous temperatures across the Central Valley here. Look at this, pushing 114 some areas. But again, the coast, not looking at a big heat wave out there. And even places like Northern California along the immediate coast, much cooler. I mean, you're talking about 50, 60 degree contrast between the valley and the immediate coastline. So if you want a big shock to your system, drive from Eureka out towards Redding or Sacramento. Just kind of crazy contrast there. This is looking at composite reflectivity, what the Doppler radar may look like during the day today. You can see the potential for some strong storms across the Sierra Nevada there on in through central Nevada as we go through the afternoon today. Check it out. Again, kind of a multiple round thing going on here as we go through late morning hours, and then again maybe during the afternoon here. And you can see not much activity today across some of the southern portions of Arizona. Not much as the previous 2 days anyway. Thursday afternoon, a few storms trying to bubble up down there, but not a big monsoon signal there. And you can see the reduction here. Maybe a thunderstorm across eastern Nevada as we go through Thursday afternoon. Friday afternoon, maybe a couple showers there across Nevada as well. Maybe a little bit of increase there on Friday afternoon across eastern portions of Arizona as well. But nothing for Southern California here coming up, or the Bay Area. Now, this is looking at total precipitation. We're going to go out 144 hours here, and you can see the couple rounds here across Nevada. The monsoon moisture continuing to try to creep into Arizona, but not a big signal here across a lot of the area. The monsoon just struggling, that's why we're getting so darn right hot here across much of the region. Now, let's go ahead and push forward here. Thunderstorm outlook, you could see, and again, this is probably going to be wind. Let me take a look here. So that is a wind threat there. Really no hail or tornado threat with that. So this is a severe weather potential here across eastern Nevada here on in through Utah here for wind gusts. And this is day 2. We took away severe storms here across Nevada, just a general thunderstorm threat there. And day 3, kind of including a little bit of Arizona there in the thunderstorm potential. This is the 6 to 10 day precipitation probability outlook. They keep showing this little bump down here, but I'm really not sure why you keep hearing me him and haw about that as we go through the end portions of July here. I'd probably just leave this as average and be done with it. But the 8 to 14 day, they seem to include Southern California here as well. We'll see how that trends as we go. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. You saw with that monster ridge just hanging out here. No relief in sight through the end of July here. 8 to 14 day, again, above average here. We'll see how that trends as well. Maybe eventually we'll start to see a break in this pattern here. But here we go through July 1st through July 18th. You can see California now trending above average for the most part across much of the state here for the month of July, as well as Oregon, Washington. The plains here, east of the Rockies, below average versus the Northeast, pretty well above average as well. And this is for January 1st to July 18th. And again, the big yin and yang between the east and the west coast here. But we are definitely going to be working on these temperatures here over the next week or so as well. And risk of hazardous temperatures. This goes all the way through August 1st here. And again, with that heat dome, not much relief in sight. And you can see the excessive heat moderate all the way out through portions of California, Northern California, some slight risk as well. So yeah, pretty intense heat, big record-setting high-pressure ridge here, and just, Phoenix just absolutely shattering its all-time record. Pretty significant when Phoenix is breaking its records like that. This is looking at Nino 3.4, and we are into moderate territory here. You can see the climb out of La Nina, and, we're going to see how this goes. Some of the models are kind of back and forth here on just how strong this El Nino is going to be coming up here. And I have a hunch, though, that when things kick in and the atmosphere starts to respond to this El Nino sea surface temperature base state here, that we may be headed towards a fairly robust El Nino coming up here. It's just a hunch right now. Take that with a grain of salt. But we'll watch this trend as we go over the next few months here. But yeah, anyway, thunderstorms again across the Sierra Nevada and across Nevada, a little bit across some of the monsoon areas down across Arizona. But yeah, the big story is the record heat here. How long is this going to last? We'll continue to watch this day by day and try to see when the break will come. You saw those broiling temperatures across some of the valley areas coming up here, but it's a good thing that we have the coastal areas you can get out to if you can do so. Not everybody has that opportunity though. So anyway, yeah, we'll do this again tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys then, and I hope you guys are having a good day.